I have finished every GTA game from GTA 3 onward, except one, GTA Chinatown Wars, and with GTA 6 getting closer, I decided it was finally time to go back and finish the only GTA game I skipped. Not to replay it, not to try for like 20 minutes, to actually finish it. And now that I have, I'll be honest. I understand why people respect this game, but I also don't think it fully holds up as well as people say. So today, I want to answer one simple question. Is GTA Chinatown Wars still worth playing before GTA 6? And at the end, I'm going to put into my final verdict here. Must play, yes, depends, wait, or skip. But before that, quick context. I played the PSP version through the PPSSP emulator, and I know the original Nintendo DS version could be a completely different experience, especially because this game was clearly designed around touchscreen interaction. So I'm not pretending this is the perfect version of the game. But still, the PSP version is still an official version, and it's the only one I played from start to finish. And that experience was complicated, because at first Chinatown Wars is honestly impressive. For a handheld GTA from 2009, this game does a lot. The moment you start playing, you can tell Rockstar wasn't just making a tiny throwaway side game. They actually tried to make a real GTA experience that works on handheld. The missions are short, the pacing is fast, you're constantly moving from one objective to another. And compared to bigger GTA games, there is almost no wasted time. You get in, do the mission, fail if you mess up, and restart quickly with the press of a button. And that's one of the first things I really liked. Chinatown Wars respects your time. If you fail a mission, replaying it easy. It's quite easy, literally. You don't have to drive across the entire city again for like 5 minutes or whatever, just to restart it. The game keeps things moving. And for a 2009 handheld game, that accessibility is genuinely great. Even some of the systems surprise me. The phone system is here, and it feels like a smaller version of what GTA 4 and GTA 5 would use. You get emails, you get the GPS, mission contacts, and even ways to order weapons. Yes, you heard me right. Buying guns through the ammunition is an actual online store on your phone, which is actually a pretty cool idea, at first. I mean, it feels weirdly ahead of its time. You choose what you want, order it, and it gets delivered to your safe house. This idea is incredible. That's a smarter way to simplify things without completely removing the feeling of like preparing before you do anything. But I'll be honest, after a while, even that started to feel a bit tedious. Not because the idea is bad, it's actually really smart. But going through menus, ordering weapons, waiting for the delivery, going back and forth, it just feels like less convenient and more like another tiny bit of friction. And that's kind of the pattern with Chinatown Wars. A lot of those ideas are just smart, but not all of them stay fun for the whole game. The best system in the game is easily the drug dealing system, and they actually should do it in GTA 6, hopefully. It can even be addictive, yes, that's how good it is. This is the one mechanic where I fully understand why people still talk about Chinatown Wars. It gives the game its own identity. You're buying low, selling high, check the prices, finding dealers, they give you even tips in the email. And that's actually the main way to make money. Generally, that's the main way to make money in the game, which is incredible. And it even fits perfectly. It's risky since you can even get caught by the cops while doing it. It's simple to understand and gives you a reason to explore the map outside of missions. This is probably the most unique thing Chinatown Wars brings to the series. There are also others like small side activities too, like you can tattoo, go to the tattoo parlor. You can do like lottery style rewards. If you win, you get like in-game items, which is actually pretty cool. And again, for a handheld game, this stuff is actually impressive. The game has a lot more going on than I expected, honestly. And here's where the problem starts though. Once the novelty wears off, I'm sorry man, Chinatown Wars starts becoming like repetitive, unfortunately. It is, yes, it's repetitive. I don't mean repetitive like in that obvious lazy way, no. It actually genuinely hides it pretty well actually. The missions are short. The objectives, the missions, change slightly. The presentation is quick. The game is always moving, but underneath that, a lot of the structure starts to feel the same. Drive here, fight these people, steal this, whatever, escape the cops, read another email. Yes, you actually have to open the email each time to activate the mission, which is literally just annoying as hell, especially on the PSP. It actually opens kind of slow. And then start a mission and then repeat. That's it. That's the whole game. At first I was like, okay, this is fast, fine, it's cool, it's fun, it'll be so fast that I won't even be bothered about it. But then around the halfway point in the game, I started feeling the game loses its luster. And that's when I realized something. Chinatown Wars kind of mastered the art of not looking repetitive while still feeling repetitive, The game is so fast, it doesn't always feel like it's wasting your time, but it also doesn't really evolve enough to keep the mission structure exciting for an entire playthrough. I know some people genuinely like, or also actually a lot of people criticize those mission structure throughout the whole entire GTA series, but still here, it's literally the worst case scenario ever. It's just a huge con in my opinion, and to me, that's the biggest thing holding it back in 2026. Not the graphics, not the top-down camera, whatever. Not even the lack of voice acting. Yes, there's no voice acting, but it's actually the mission design. Genuinely, that's the actual core loop itself of the game. Feels too limited. And speaking of limited, that's another thing I felt a lot while playing. The scope can feel small. Now, to be fair though, this was originally made for the DS, so of course it's not going to have like the same scale as like GTA 4 or 5, obviously, but not even the same scale as GTA Liberty City Stories, you know, the PSP version. I don't expect that. Look, I know I do not expect that at all. But playing it now, especially on PSP emulator, sometimes just feels like you're playing a game that was never meant to be treated like a full console GTA experience, or even like the Liberty City Stories or the Vice City Stories from the PSP. It works best as like a quick handle game, short sessions, a few missions, some drug dealing here and there, little messing around, and then that's it. But when you sit down and play like a full GTA game in 2026, the limitations become way more noticeable. The vehicle variety especially just feels way too limited. The combat is simple, the driving is functional but not especially satisfying, to be honest, because the game is top down. I kept bumping into cars, walls, and especially cops way more than I wanted to. Man, those cops, man, I generally just hate them. They're so annoying. This could be like a skill issue, fine, but in my opinion, that's just my experience. The cops in this game are not hard in a fun way. They're just annoying. That's the best way I can describe them, man. I genuinely hate them. Most of the game is actually pretty easy. Like, it's really, I think it's the easiest game in the whole series. The missions are not, like, brutally difficult at all, really. Combat is really manageable, actually. Melee is actually way too overpowered sometimes, which is cool. And you can actually run around. Running around by foot feels surprisingly satisfying because you cover a good amount of distance. And but when the game gets frustrating, it's usually not because I feel challenged. I mean, it's just because the cops, the camera, or the driving are getting in the way. You accidentally hit a police car. Now, boom! I have to chase. You try to escape, but because of the top-down view and traffic, you hit more cars, and then it turns into this annoying loop where I'm not thinking, wow, this is intense or something. No, I'm just thinking, can you please just leave me alone so I can continue the mission? Damn. That kind of frustration doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel like the game is testing me or something. It just feels like it's just bothering me, man. And genuinely, that's the big difference in my opinion. Like, that's it, man. That's my opinion, and that's my experience about it. Now, I don't want this to sound like I hated the game, because I did not hate the game. Let me be clear. I did not hate the game. There are things here Chinatown Wars just does really well. The fast travel system with taxis is actually surprisingly useful. It's quick, simple, and also I started using it a lot more, to be honest, by the end, because I didn't always want to deal with driving across the map and accidentally creating another police chase again. The replay system is great. The short mission structure makes the game easy to play. The drug dealing system, again, it can be even addictive, like I said. Genuinely memorable, man. And Hwang Lee, the protagonist himself, it's actually pretty interesting in his own way. He feels like I never felt like he's in my opinion, he's like most self-aware GTA character. Like, he has some of that cold, detached energy you expect from like Claude from GTA 3, but of course, way more personality, obviously. And at times, he almost feels like the best way to describe him is like a toned down version of Nico Bellic from GTA 4. Like, if Nico was dropped into a much more cartoonish, self-aware world. But that actually brings me to another issue I had, though. The tone. Yes, the tone. The GTA has always been about satire. That's part of the identity. We all know that. We genuinely that's part of the identity. I know. But Chinatown Wars, man, like, sometimes feels like the satire is the whole personality. Basically, everyone is horrible. Hwang knows himself that everyone is horrible. And a lot of time, the game feels like it's winking at you constantly. Like, maybe that's the point. I get it. Maybe that is the point. Maybe the game is supposed to be more just exaggerated and ridiculous. But for me, it made it hard to connect with the story, though, or the characters, especially the characters. There's not much emotional depth here. It's mostly mayhem, betrayal, of course, some insults and jokes. And again, that can be fun. I get it. That is the whole part. I know. But here is just too much, generally too much. Like you cannot connect to them. That's my problem. I mean, even after you, of course, you play the main series from the GTA games, where even the satire usually has some weight behind it, Chinatown Wars feels like a little too far in the cartoon direction for me. And the lack of voice acting also does not help at all, man. I don't think every game needs voice acting, especially a handheld game from like 2009. But for a GTA story, voice acting adds so much personality, generally. Makes characters stick in your memory, you know that. Come on, it even makes the scenes hit harder. Here, everything is like text-based, and while the writing has personality though, I didn't feel as attached to the story that much, to be honest. By the middle of the game, I also realized I wasn't really playing because I cared deeply about the character. Again, we don't have to care deeply about the character and all that. Again, we don't have to, or you don't have to play that. I get it, but it's just like, I mean, I was playing it because I wanted to see the game would pick up again. To be fair, I mean, it kind of did by the end. The last stretch of Chinatown Wars is better. The final 10 missions have more tension. The story starts connecting more. The stakes feel clearer, and I actually like the twist at the end. That ending helped my opinion a lot, to be honest. It didn't erase my issues though, but it did make me respect the game way more. Because by the end, I can see what people love about Chinatown Wars, man. It has its own personality. It has the smart system. It has some unique identity. Generally, it's a unique game. It's not like some small side game made by Rockstar and they just don't care about it. No, it is its own thing. And it's probably why people still defend it and love it to this day, I know. But my question isn't about was Chinatown Wars impressive in 2009 or incredible at that time. No, because yes, it was absolutely wasn't that time, generally. But my question is now, is Chinatown Wars worth playing in 2026 or just in general right now? And that's where my answer just gets complicated, because if you are basically a GTA fan, especially someone who wants to experience every major GTA game, then yes, I think Chinatown Wars is worth trying. Yeah. If you're curious about the drug dealing system, the top-down handheld style, or just want to see what actually the game is about, then there's real value here, genuinely. But if you're just looking for the best GTA game to play before GTA 6 to scratch that itch, I don't think Chinatown Wars is it, man. Genuinely, I just don't think it's essential. It is impressive, yes, it is creative. It grew on me by the end, by the way. But the repetitive mission structure, annoying costs, limited scope, and just the tone, the over-exaggerated tone, all held it back for me. And because I played the PSP version though, I also have to be fair again. DS version might make some of those systems feel better, especially the interaction. The touchscreen interaction were clearly part of the original design. But the PSP version is just way less interesting, just become actually low-key boring. So again, I'm not saying Chinatown Wars is a bad game. I'm not even saying it's overrated. I'm saying I respect it more than I enjoyed it. And that's why my final verdict is, depends. If you're a GTA completionist, play it. If you want to see one of the Rockstar's most unique side game, play it. If you want like a fast-paced game that you can enjoy in short sessions, you might really like it actually, low-key. But if you want like an actual whole GTA experience, or just looking for the best way to prepare for GTA 6, I would not put Chinatown Wars at the top of the list. It's not a skip, but it's not a must-play either. It really depends on what kind of experience you're looking for. And honestly, I think that's the first way to describe it. Chinatown Wars is a quality game, but quality and enjoyment are not always the same thing. I can see the craft, I can see I can see why people love it, I can see the vision. I mean, but for me, playing it right now, it felt like a game works better as a respected handheld, respected GTA game. I'll tell everyone, it's just not, I'm not gonna go around and tell everyone to rush back and just play it, in my opinion. So that's my verdict on Chinatown. It was the last GTA I had, to be honest, left to finish before GTA 6, so I'm finally glad to finish it. Even if I didn't love every part of it, I'm happy I can finally say I experienced the weirdest, most forgotten game of the GTA series, in my opinion. Now I want to know what you think. Is Chinatown Wars underrated? Is it one of the best handheld GTA games in your opinion? Or is it more impressive historically than it is fun today? Note down below in the comments. And if this video helped you decide whether Chinatown Wars is actually worth your time, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.